here we go. Now what? How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Tesla CEO Elon Musk offering to buy Twitter for $44 billion at $54.20 per share, and Twitter accepting the deal. So as of right now, which is Monday, April the 25th, 2022, the deal is pretty much done. You'll see headlines that say Twitter agrees to Elon Musk offer $44 billion, $54.20 a share, all this and that. They won't quite say the deal is 100% done because it's not, and I'll explain. So in theory, the deal is done. Twitter said, yeah, go ahead and buy it. You can buy the whole thing, Elon Musk. Go ahead and purchase it, take it private. And as a matter of fact, I think shares of Twitter were halted from trading earlier today. And then the reason why is because the sale had gone through. Because Elon Musk wants to take it private, take it off the market, and maybe change some things or improve some things. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But as far as the deal being totally done, there's still some regulatory stuff and just little things that has to be done behind the scenes. All right, that's the main thing. Some government stuff and whatnot, and all the money's got to be accounted for, I suppose. But as of right now, the deal is done. It's over with. Elon Musk has acquired Twitter. Now, what's the reason why he purchased Twitter? Why did he spend $44 billion, which I think is about 38% above the most recent market value? Well, he said he wanted to. He said that he wanted to purchase it and protect free speech. Now, talk about putting your money where your mouth is, right? A lot of guys and girls say they want to protect free speech. Now, I understand not everyone is Elon Musk. You know, like I don't have $44 billion laying around. I mean, can I get $1 billion? Matter of fact, can I get 1 million? I don't have that kind of money just laying around in my pocket. Like, hey, you know what I want to do? I want to support free speech. Let me go ahead and buy Twitter. That's not realistic. But Elon Musk was actually able to talk about a thing and say, you know what? I'll put my own cold, hard-earned cash right on that and purchase it. Now, I think there is a group of investors that Elon Musk has partnered with. So I'm not quite sure that it's all 100% his money, but I believe he'll be the guy with the controlling interest in the deal. Now, if I'm wrong about that, y'all let me know in the comments below. But what I see all over the news, all over the internet, is that Elon Musk has acquired Twitter. Now, back to the reason why. Free speech is most certainly paramount. And I think the problem with Twitter is that they get bullied a lot by the federales. They get bullied by the federales. And you also have some weird, ridiculous, woke people that work there that want to do their own thing. Remember, I think, who was that? It might have been Trump that was suspended. We'll talk about Trump in a minute. But while Trump was still there, he was suspended for like a day or a very brief period of time. And it was one rogue employee that did it. Stuff like that. When you see stuff like that happening, you know there's already a bias against conservatives, a bias against Trump, a bias against Trump supporters. You combine that with the federales right now, especially wanting Twitter to do certain things, and not just Twitter, but social media in general. They want YouTube to do certain things, Google to do certain things, Facebook, Instagram, etc. They want them to behave in a certain way that protects their interests as far as things like the vaccine, things like the virus and masks. That's their interest. Now, I'm not saying that the federales have a financial interest in the vaccine. I would never say that. I would never say that Pfizer, American, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson have ties to the federal government. And if the federal government acts on their behalf, it makes people that are elected officials, non-elected officials, non-governmental agencies more money. I would never say a thing like that because that's not proven. That's misinformation. And if I was to put that on the place like, I don't know, YouTube, they might want to flag my video so you couldn't see me no more. So I digress. The whole point is that there may be some weird stuff going on with the corporations, and maybe they are influencing the government, potentially, perhaps. That's one explanation that you could roll with, although I'm not doing it. But I think that Elon may be able to come in and kind of squash some of that bullying that's happening, because Tesla is also subsidized by the government. Tesla is what the U.S. government wants to push electric vehicles and whatnot forward. Now, it's funny because they're trying to like get away from Tesla, meaning the federal government, I was watching this event where they were bringing out electric vehicles, and they mentioned a bunch of the American companies that they put a bunch of money into. I think it was Ford, Chrysler, etc., but it didn't mention Tesla. It's like, how are you not going to mention Tesla during an event about electric vehicles? I mean, when you think about electric cars, electric vehicles, you think Tesla straight away. You're thinking about just the regular sedan, coupes or whatever. They're just regular cars. You think about the Cybertruck, maybe even the 18-wheeler that they're going to roll out pretty soon. Not the entire trailer, but just the regular truck part. That's coming out pretty soon as well. They want to push for green energy, electric, all electric. So why not Tesla? Why not pump a bunch of money into Tesla to make them go higher? So you already have that point of view from the federales looking at Tesla. Maybe that could work to Tesla's advantage, therefore working to Elon Musk's advantage when it comes to taking over Twitter and being able to provide some shielding from the federales, which means less bullying. Now, what does all that mean? What's he going to do with that power potentially? Well, I think he'll be able to reinstate some people. That's the first thing. And I think the first person he may be able to reinstate will be Donald Trump. Absolutely. And that's going to be very interesting to see what happens, because let's not forget, Donald Trump started a brand new platform that's basically a clone of Twitter called Truth Social. So if Donald Trump gets reinstated to Twitter, how is that going to impact Truth Social? It's going to have to deplete their market value, because one of the main draws to Truth Social is Donald Trump. So let's just say, for example, just maybe this might make sense, maybe it won't, but please follow me. So let's just say there's a particular wrestling show, right? And it comes on CBS every Saturday. Now, all of a sudden, they are invited to broadcast that program on, CBS at first. Now it goes to NBC. So they could broadcast on NBC. And it was already on NBC before, but it got banned. They can go back to NBC and broadcast there. Now, are they going to simulcast on both places? Are they going to stay with CBS because they were exiled from NBC? Or are they going to go to NBC directly and leave CBS behind? I think what happened here is that they're going to simulcast. But since the program was already on NBC, you're probably going to have more viewers on NBC that were missing the show and longing for the show than those who are watching it on the recently, I guess you would say, acquired, meaning that the wrestling program was able to get on CBS recently for the past 6 months to a year. I'll just go back to where I saw that from the beginning for the past 8, 9, 10 years. That'll probably be what happens with Donald Trump and Truth Social. Therefore, if he's able to at least just tweet on both, you're going to have a diminishing base of Truth Social and you're going to have an increased base of Twitter. That's just what it is. And the reason why, again, Truth Social is a Twitter clone. It's not anything different from Twitter except for the terms of service and who they ban and the political stuff. Now, the thing about it is Truth Social is not a totally 100% free, 100% censorship free zone. Not at all. They will censor some things. And Twitter, obviously the same way. But Twitter actually lets a lot of stuff slide. A lot of weird stuff on Twitter I can't talk about right now because we got little kids watching. It's a lot of stuff on Twitter. So what I would ask Elon Musk is, okay, you may be able to reinstate people like Donald Trump and a bunch of other accounts. I don't want to start naming names and forget anybody. You may be able to reinstate them, people that were kicked off essentially for different political views. You may be able to do that. But then what? Are you going to have more censorship as far as some of the content, some of the more gross content, or are you just going to let stuff slide? Is your interest in promoting free speech as far as just what you say, or as far as certain acts and certain things that certain videos and whatnot that I won't get into again? See, now you may start a problem with Twitter and their base if you eliminate certain things that out of the user base wants. Not things that I want really, but some users may want them. So how are you going to balance that? How hands-on would you be, Elon Musk, with Twitter? And how are you going to be very hands-on with Twitter and Tesla and SpaceX and everything else you got going on? How are you going to integrate Twitter to all these different things? I would presume, like, let's say there's a SpaceX launch, you're going to stream that on Twitter. You have to. Okay, let's say there's a new Tesla coming out. You're going to promote that for free on Twitter, or at least you should. I'm not sure how that really goes as far as buying ads. Like if you're Elon Musk, how would you go about buying ads for Tesla? You just go to the account manager and say, "Hey, can I get some ads? And how much is it going to cost?" I'm not really sure. If I were the owner of Twitter, I wouldn't pay nothing for no ads. But again, I don't know how that really works. I'm interested to see how the whole thing is going to play out. But as of right now, Elon Musk has acquired Twitter. And I think this is going to be good for free speech. But it remains to be seen how he's going to actually implement all these different things. There's a lot of different things going on, a lot of moving parts to the whole situation. I just look forward to seeing it happen. Shout out to everybody that wants to move to Canada now because Elon Musk bought Twitter. There's a so-called expose coming out from FX and New York Times. Like the announcement for the trailer or for the actual documentary came out today. Okay, again, Monday, April 25th, 2022. Came out right now today talking about, they're going to expose the dark side of Elon Musk. I mean, I'm looking for all these op-eds and think pieces and documentaries to come out. And if things like that come out now, but they were not out back many years ago when Elon Musk came to the scene, when he became very popular, when Tesla blew up, if none of these things were around back then, but all of a sudden now they're out, you know what time it is. The proverbial fix is in. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about Elon Musk officially, according to what Twitter says, buying Twitter? $44 billion, $54.20 per share. Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. You guys pretty much know where I'm at. I think it's a good thing. I think if Elon's able to just push forward free speech, protect free speech, and protect Twitter against the ridiculous woke leftist bullies, the political bullies, the normie bullies, if he's able to protect the platform from that, I think it'd be good. Don't really change much about how the platform operates. Don't do too much tinkering. Just shield it from all the political stuff. That should be your primary focus. And of course, you might not be able to actually be the guy on the ground, boots on the ground doing that. Just hire some good guys and girls that'll get the job done, that'll work in your best interests, and also, of course, as American people, our best interests. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.